transition from wherever we were into our practice today, which is just so important to be present for your practice. So take that look around and find something different that you hadn't noticed before. Breathe in through the nose and out through an open mouth. And just say it to yourself what you're noticing today in your room, in your sacred space. And then just identify 3 things that you can hear, any ambient sounds. Listen for the sound of your own breath. Inside sounds, outside sounds. And then things that you can feel, 3 things you can feel. Wiggle your feet and just connect to the earth, the sitting bones rooted to the floor. Feel the length of the spine coming elegantly out of the pelvis and the shoulders rolling back. Invite the eyes to close. Take a scan of who and how you brought yourself to practice today. Starting first with that physical body, just notice any areas of tightness or tension. Even getting so in tune with your own body that you can feel the movement of your breathing. Just notice where your greatest movement is with your breath. If it's your upper, middle, or lower ribs. And then just invite some depth to the breath as you begin to slow and regulate the breath with pranayama. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Giving yourself a pause at the top of the breath, neither breathing in or breathing out, but just allowing that prana to infuse all the cells of your body. And as you exhale, just a long, lengthy exhalation and letting go of stuff you don't need for your practice today. And move slowly and with intention today. And Mary Oliver says it best in her poem, Invitation. Keep the breathing going as we listen. Oh, do you have time to linger for just a little while out of your busy and very important day for the goldfinches that have gathered in the field of thistles for a musical battle to see who can sing the highest note or the lowest or the most expressive of mirth or the most tender? Their strong, blunt beaks drink the air as they strive melodiously, not for your sake and not for mine and not for the sake of winning, but for sheer delight and gratitude. Believe us, they say, it is a serious thing just to be alive on this fresh morning in the broken world. I beg of you, do not walk by without pausing to attend to this rather ridiculous performance. It could mean something. It could mean everything. It could be what Rilke meant when he wrote, "You must change your life." A pause that can change your life by noticing, by being mindful, by attending to the little joys in life in this very broken world. And you can either get swirled down the vortex or you can stay in each and every moment in the present and appreciate even the tiniest of little things, the goldfinch, the song. And just take a moment to think about the things that you can notice and the things you can be grateful for. Being specific with your gratitude. This morning, I was grateful to see what? And bring your hands to your heart space, finger to finger, palm to palm. We'll unite ourselves together with the chant of Om 3 times. So exhale fully when you're ready. Inhale and join me in this melodious chant. Om. 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 Taking that object or person of gratitude and placing them in your heart under your thumb space. Bow to your heart, bow to your gratitude, and lower your hands down to your thighs. And gently blink your eyes open. A little smile on your face, roll the shoulders out. And it is so true. We can choose, right? I remember when my dad got his diagnosis that he had cancer that they couldn't operate on. He's like, you know what? I have a choice here. I can choose to be really miserable, or I can choose to be happy. And he says, I'm going to choose happiness. So if he can choose happiness in that, I can certainly choose happiness in news, right? Let's stretch your fingers out really wide like starfish, and then curl the tips of those fingers in, make a gentle fist, fling those fingers out. What a gift to be able to move these hands like this, you know, when they're hurting, they hurt, but when you can move them, oh my gosh, it feels so good. So we don't want to take that for granted. Bear claws, starfish, gentle fist and fling, my morning ritual. And then make a gentle fist and rotate your thumbs about. Breathing in and breathing out. Make some fist circles with your fist, nice and loose to start. Go both directions with your wrist and shake them out. And then tighten your fist just a little bit more and extend your arms long. Soften your shoulders down and point your knuckles toward the floor. Big stretch across, little tight little fist. And with this tight little fist, makes really slow circles. Taking our time to pause and just notice stuff today, not rushing through our practice. And go the other direction. And stretch the fingers out wide. Spread them as far away as you can and press out through the heel of the hand. Stretch, 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 stretch. Good. And shake those out. Let's just take our thumb to the base of each finger and slide it up. Press like you're trying to get glue off your finger. If you remember when you were a kid, you'd dip your fingers in glue and let it dry. Maybe you didn't do that, but all right, so go from the base to the tip of the finger, base to the tip of the finger, base to the tip of the finger. Oh, good. And then play the piano and just do a little rotation. Start to get some movement in that spine. Very nice. And lower the arms down by your side and roll the shoulders out. Let the fingertips get nice and weighty. So just take a moment to notice the weight in the tips of the fingers, really paying attention to what we sense on the inside of the body. And take a breath in. And as you exhale, rotate your head over your right shoulder. Look and see what you can see. And come back to center, go the other direction. A little movement in the neck. Letting the eyeballs continue to over the shoulders so you get a little more movement in that neck. And one more time each way with your breath. Inhale and exhale, rotate. And then inhale and exhale, rotate. Good. And back to center. Let's take those fingertips on the shoulder and just start to rotate. So we did go kayaking. So I think all this shoulder work we did and the pretending kayaking that we do, every little bit, everything helps, right? So take a breath in as we lift those elbows up, exhale them back, down, and around. Now pause here as the elbows are pointing toward each other behind you and just press a few times. Press, 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 and then just pay attention to what's going on between the shoulder blades. as well as that stretch from the shoulders to the chest. 2 more, press and press. Reach the arms back behind you. If you can hold on to the back of the chair and scooch forward, roll the shoulders back and hinge forward. Nice opening of the head and the heart as you keep the chest lifted. Hi, Amelia. I didn't see you pop in. Good to see you. Good. And release that. Roll those shoulders out. All right, let's do a little swimming for Louise and celebrate that swimming. So let's take the arms forward like we're doing the breaststroke. Good stuff, that swimming. Now, can you take it and do a backstroke? Oh, reach all back behind you. A little twist with that. Doesn't have to be a real legit stroke, but get some movement in those shoulders. One more time each way. Oh, I'm not doing the backstroke. I was doing something. I don't know what I was doing. Do a backstroke. I'm going forward. My mom says when she gets in the pool with her kickboard, she goes backwards. She can't figure out how to go forward. And then just press the arms forward and push the water away. That breaststroke, I think you were talking about, Louise. Keep your feet from sinking. All right, one more. Ooh, a lot with the shoulders, feels good. And just roll those shoulders out. Find your breath again, and let's work the spine. So starting with cat-cow, hands on the thighs. Just roll those, slide your hands over your knees, round your chin to the chest. As you inhale, slide the heel of your hand back. Those elbows are pointing toward each other again. Lift your head and heart, lifting from the breastbone, not from the lumbar spine. And then with a couple more breaths, exhale, rounding. Draw that belly in to get a little core strengthening. And as you inhale, stretch your belly muscles out. Elbows point toward each other. Shoulders are soft. And then a few more with your breath. Exhale, round. Take your time with these again, pausing, noticing, enjoying the breath movement with. What's the mind body doing? The mind body able to stay connected with the sensation of the movement? And if your mind's gotten busy thinking about stuff, then just say, breathing in, I know I'm breathing in. Breathing out, I know I'm breathing out. One more time each way. Inhale, breathing in, I know I'm breathing in. Exhale, breathing out, I know I'm breathing out. And then come back to your neutral spine. How did that feel? Take the arms out to your side, reach the arms up overhead, full breath in, try to touch those thumbs together for proprioception. Bring length in the spine as you draw the belly in, reach tall and high with those fingertips wherever there's no pain. And then take the palms down and away from you. 3 more breaths. Inhale, touching those thumbs. Exhale, sweep those arms back down through that warm honey. So keep the arms engaged. Inhale, arms float up. Touch the thumbs. Exhale, arms press down through that warm honey. Take the left hand down, reach the right arm to your level of comfort, whatever that is for crescent. So maybe all the way up and tip over toward that left side. Lift and lower twice. So inhale, lengthen, stay on this side. Exhale, crescent. And again, with the breath in, lengthen and breathe out, crescent. Reach both arms up overhead, join the palms together and bring the hands down to the heart. Coming back to that thing, that object, that person of gratitude. And lower the right hand down, reach the left arm up. Root down through that left side and crescent right. Pause here for a moment, feeling that opening in hips and ribs and arms. And then twice up and down, take a breath in as you lengthen up. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift. And exhale, lower. Beautiful. And then both arms come together, palms toward the heart. And pause for just a moment. Fingertips on the shoulders, crisscross, elbows lift, shoulders soften down. Draw the belly in. To breathe in, gently twist towards the left. Let the knees go one ahead of the other if that feels better for the lower back. Come back to center. So when I twist to the right, my left knee comes forward to take it away from my lower back. Each way again, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Inhale, draw that belly in. Keep the spine supported. Exhale, twist. Good. And come back to center. Make the feet nice and wide and make some big circles with your torso. Shifting weight side to side. Let the elbows get involved. Good. Ooh, and then unwind the craziness, right? Okay. And come back to neutral and find your strap if you could. And your blocks, we're going to place one on your right side. And the strap, we're going to lasso our left foot, lasso your left foot, and scooch over a little bit to the left side of your chair. And we're going to stretch the calf first. So just place the strap around the ball of the foot. Press the heel down toward the earth, and then give a little pull of the strap. See if you can lift your heel up off the floor a couple of inches. When you lift your heel up off the floor a couple of inches, think about pressing your thigh bone down toward the earth. So that's going to lengthen your leg even more as you press out through the heel of the foot to get a stretch in the back of the calf. Hold it for another few seconds. And then release that. We'll do that one more time. So re-nourish as you maybe pump that foot a little bit, get the blood circulating back in the calf, and then lift that ankle, that heel up again. Draw the toes towards the nose and press the thigh bone down. By doing so, you'll notice you'll engage your quad, your thigh muscle, which you need to do to be able to relax the back of the leg. Now lower the heel down. If it needs to be on a block, go ahead and put it on a block. But if you can scooch forward in your chair and get enough length, do so. But if a block is always an option, lengthen up through your spine and hinge forward. Just doing a little hamstring stretch here. So draw the toes towards the nose. You're going to lift up and over that hamstring. Good. Inhale, lengthen. Do that one more time. Full breath in. Exhale, hinge forward. Maybe get a little bit deeper in that stretch. Very nice. Keep drawing the toes towards the nose. Lift and spread the toes. Keep it active. Soften your jaw. Lift back up. Now, holding on to the strap, scooching even a little further, without falling off to the right side, the left side of the chair. Sweep your leg out to the left side. On the heel of the foot, toes are pointing toward the ceiling, holding onto the strap. Reach the left arm up, the right arm up overhead, lengthen, and then use the strap to help you crescent over toward that side while you're drawing the toes towards the nose. So we're still getting a nice stretch in the back of the calf, the inner thigh, maybe a little in the hamstring, and the right side body. Ooh, that's a lot of body parts. Lift back up, we'll do that one more time. So release the foot, nourish, so you pump the foot a little bit. That blood circulated back in, and then toes towards the nose again, reach that right arm up, lengthen, and hinge over towards, you're hinging from the hip crease of that left leg, using the strap to help support that. Nice, good. And then let's take that right arm out to the right side, lengthen the spine, and there should be a strap over, a block over here on your right side, right? So lift that up. If you want to lift your leg up a smidgen with the help of the strap, you can, but it might give you a cramp in your leg, so it's not a have to. Just an invitation, doesn't feel great. One more breath here. And then sit back up. We're going to try to do a quad stretch here. So I'm going to take this strap and then bend my knee and take my foot back behind me. So the strap is actually on the shin of my foot now. It's on the shin. So we're going to just walk that knee back a little bit as is comfortable for you to get a stretch in the quad. The knee is pointing toward the earth. Lengthen. All right, squeeze your glutes now. Squeeze your glutes and tuck your tailbone under a little bit. So we're sliding the pelvis forward just a little bit. So watch what I'm doing here. I'm going to squeeze my glutes and tuck my tailbone under a little bit. Scoop it under until I feel that stretch in my quad. Okay, and then with all that engagement, hinge back just a little bit. So hinge back just a smidge until you feel that stretch. Release that, hinge forward, then re-engage, squeeze the glute, and tuck under the tailbone just slightly. That might be enough to get a stretch. Don't let the back arch. And then hinge back just a little bit. Those quads are tight. Sometimes the knees take the abuse of that tight quad. Good. Whew. And release that. Give your leg a little massage. And take your strap over, your block over to the left side. As we scooch over to the right, if you would like to have your heel on a block, put your heel on a block. Otherwise, just lasso your right foot. Put it around the ball of the foot, not the arch. Draw the toes towards the nose, lift and spread your toes. Lengthen. And lift the foot up just a bit to get that stretch in the back of the calf and the Achilles. And now think about pressing the thigh bone down toward the floor, keeping the heel lifted, the toes toward the nose, isometrically press the thigh bone down to the floor for a big stretch in the calf. And I've told you before, go ahead and release that, pump the foot. My podiatrist told me it's better to do a calf stretch without bearing weight, your body weight on your foot. So this is kind of a good way to do it for what he said for me. Anyway, so lift and spread the toes, press the thigh bone down. I have a lot of foot trouble, so we don't want to bear any additional burden on the feet. Keep pressing that thigh bone down, but get the stretch. Do you notice that stretch in the calf? All right, go ahead and lower the heel down. Keep the toes lifted and spread, lengthen the spine and hinge forward. So we're lifting up and over. I always say that's like there's a ball, a beach ball or a bar at your ribs. You want to lift up and over that bar. If you can't keep the toes drawn toward the nose, belly button toward the thigh, not the nose to the knee. Good. Inhale, lift back up. And exhale, bow forward. Ah. Good. And lift back up, scooching a little bit more over towards that right side. Sweep your leg over to the right or on the heel of the foot. Toes are lifted and spread, holding on to that strap. Chest is pointing forward toward my left knee. Toes are toward the nose, and then reach that left arm up overhead and a little crescent over toward that right side. We're going to do this one more time. So use your body strength to lift back up, lengthen, and then think about all the places in your body. Can you name all the places in your body where you feel this stretch? Good. A lot of places. We need some time for that. Lengthen back up and then sweep the arm down to your block over on that left side and crescent over toward the left. And we'll lift back up. and do that quad stretch. So the strap's going to come onto the shin now. Lift it up to the shin, point the knee down toward the earth. So my right buttock is hanging off the chair. I'm going to get it to a point where you can feel something like a stretch, and then scoop the tailbone under, squeeze the glutes, and hinge back just a little bit until you get that stretch in the quad. Good. Release that, come forward, take another breath in. Recommit, so squeeze the glute, tuck the tailbone, hinge back just a bit. If you feel pain in your knee, obviously you're not going to do this, but if you feel it in the length of the quad, just allow that stretch to occur little by little. The knee can be forward if it needs to be, and just walk it back a smidge at a time. Yeah, just don't let it be in your lower back. One more breath here. Good. And let's release that and take the strap off. Okay, put that back behind us. And just want to get a little bit of flowy movement here with a seated sun salutation. So we're going to go from a seated to a standing. If you don't want to stand, you can continue to do it this way. Okay, so sit in a comfortable seated mountain ahead of your chair. Feet are a little ahead of the knees to get some core strength. Roll the shoulders back and bring the hands to the heart space. Sun salutations are intended to, like an Etch-a-Sketch, just give you a fresh start. So exhale, lower the arms down by your side. Inhale, reach those arms up overhead, gaze between the hands, find length. Exhale, hands come down to the thighs, press into the legs and hinge forward for a forward fold. Inhale, lengthen back up. With your breath out, lower the arms down. We're going to reach that right foot up. So you can either lift the heel or the whole foot up. Arms are pointed forward or reach all the way up overhead. See if you can't keep bringing that knee in the direction of the chest to really just pulse up and up and up and up. Lower the foot down, lower the arms down. As you inhale, reach those arms forward or all the way up again. Lift the left foot or just the heel. And then as you can, pulse the knee up towards the chest using that hip flexor and core strength. Two more, inhale. And then lower that arm down, lower the arms down. Take your feet out to about a 45-degree, knees to a 45-degree angle. You're on the heels of the feet for downward facing dog legs. Sweep the arms forward, palms facing forward. Reach the arms forward as taking the head of the arm bone away from the shoulder. Full breath in. As you exhale, hinge forward. If that's too much, bring your hands onto the thighs, support your weight. Downward facing dog. And bring your hands to your heart space, spine back into alignment. Roll the shoulders back and lift up the breastbone, not arching the lower back. Bhujangasana or Cobra. Good. One more time into down facing dog. Press the hands forward, hinge forward, or bring the hands onto the thighs. And then hands back to the heart space. Spine is long. Lift the heart space up towards the sky. Full breath in here. As you exhale, come back to neutral spine. Bring the feet back to mountain pose. Inhale the arms up overhead, palms together, and lower the hands down to the heart. Take your feet out super wide into warrior feet. So if you're going to stay seated with warrior poses, you can always just do it this way. Take the arms out to the side, plug the head of the arm bone in, and gaze over your left fingertips for warrior two. Keep pressing the feet firmly into the earth and opening up through the inner thigh. So keep the legs active. As you inhale, lengthen. Exhale, lower the right arm down to your side and turn the left palm up. Reach the arm up overhead, gaze at the hand. Take a full breath in as you reach a little bit higher, a little bit taller, and then come back to your warrior two. Bring the hands back to the thighs, come back forward, and we'll go the other direction. Arms come out to the side, head goes over looking at the right fingertips. Re-engage the feet into the floor and the knees out to the side. Take a full breath in here. As you exhale, lower your left hand down, turn the right palm up, reach it overhead. Lift up out of the pelvis, eye gaze comes toward the palm of the hand. Full breath in here. And as you exhale, come back to warrior two. Lower the hands back down to the thighs and bring your feet back to center. All right, just take a moment to notice how your body feels, and we're going to try to do up to 8 to 10 sit stands, okay? So feet are under the knees. You can do it by pressing into the chair, into your legs, hands across the chest, or arms forward. You decide. Wherever you are, lengthen, hinge forward, nose over toes, press the feet into the earth. You can do an as if where you don't actually stand, but you can think about sliding a piece of paper under your buttocks and then stand up if it works for you. To sit down, shift the weight to the heels of the feet, slowly sit down without a plop. And then do it in whatever way tickles your fancy today, because this as always is your homework, right? To practice these sit stands many times throughout the week. So it's going to keep you independent longer, I think, than anything. So if you can get up out of a chair, typically you have the strength to be able to take those steps forward as well. All right, keep going, do a little adjustment. You got it, couple more. All right, beautiful. How many did you do? 10? All right, and then bring your chair to your left side, please. Everything else is clear for now. Off your mat. Wondering if anybody feels like they're getting better at that. Yeah, good, 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 good. Yep, awesome. That really makes a huge difference. And you got to practice it. The more you do it, it's just like doing steps. If you stop doing steps, you can't do steps very well. So if you're safe, keep doing steps too. All right, you ready for this? Okay, come to your mountain pose, seated or standing. Feet are connected to the earth. Lengthen the tailbone toward the floor. Draw that belly in. All right, get the core strong. Put the shoulders up towards the ears and then round them back and down. Arms up overhead, full breath in. Exhale, turn the palms away, lower the arms down through that warm honey. Good, inhale, reaching all that is good. To exhale, bathe yourself in that goodness. And one more full breath in. Keep right arm up, lower left arm down, trickle those fingers down toward the heel. Nice stretch as you root the foot down, lift and lengthen up over top. Inhale, both arms up overhead. Exhale, lower the other arm down. Keep the feet rooted and grounded. Good. And inhale, both arms up overhead. Bend the elbows, roll the shoulders back, soften your knees. Now we're going to press up through the heart space. So keep the lumbar spine neutral, but lift up through the heart space and press the backs of the hands toward the back wall. Open up through the chest, shoulder blades toward each other. So you're in a little bit of a goalpost arched back. Reach the arms up overhead again, palms together and hands coming down to the heart. Take a breath. Nice, face your chair. You can do yours, we're gonna do the sun salutation. You can use the back of the chair or the seat of the chair, depending on what you prefer. If you do the seat of the chair, it will get you a little bit deeper into everything if that's where you're feeling today. All right, either way. Facing the chair, reach the arms up overhead, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, hands to the seat or the back of the chair, hinge forward with a nice straight spine, knees are soft. As you inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, bow forward, feel a little more length in those hamstrings, crown of the head reaches toward the earth. 2 more, inhale, halfway lift. Use the core strength as much as you can. Exhale, bow forward. And then inhale, halfway lift again. As you're ready to press up, hands on the thighs to press up, or hands on the hips with the elbows back, rooting down through those feet. Come to standing. Full breath in, palms together overhead. Exhale, hands down to the heart. Stepping the right foot forward, step the left foot back into lunge. And here, if you need to support the foot, put it on a blanket or roll up the back of your mat, right? Squeeze that back left glute, squeeze it tight, all right? And then isometrically send your front shin forward. Scissors your legs away from each other. Legs are active and strong. Reach the left arm up, the right arm up overhead, sorry. Lengthen and crescent towards that left side. Inhale, come back up, switch arms. So inhale the left arm up and crescent toward the right. A lot of side body stretching today. This is really for your hip flexor and your psoas. Inhale, come back to center, lower the arm down and step the back foot forward. Make the feet nice and wide, make some big circles with your hips. Stay connected with your breath. This is all meditative movement here, trying to keep a flow going, keep the mind active, the body and the mind and the breath all connected. And then come back to your standing mountain pose. Find your breath. Stay connected. Stepping that left foot forward under the chair, step your right foot back into lunge. Squeeze the back glute, send that front shin forward, scissors those legs apart. As you're ready, reach your left arm up overhead, lengthen. As you exhale, crescent to the right. Next breath in, lift up. Exhale, lower the arm down. And as you inhale, reach the right arm up and crescent toward the left. Feel that nice stretch from hip all the way down. Keep squeezing that back glute. Lift that back thigh bone up toward the sky. Inhale back to center. Exhale, lower the arm down and send the back foot forward. Come to your mountain pose, breathing here and out. And step both feet back into downward dog or to L pose. If you're on the seat of the chair, take your arms wide across the seat of the chair. Come to a V more than an L. If you're on the back of the chair, keep the knees soft, bring the head between the upper arms. Draw that front body to the back body. And then start to slowly pedal the feet, getting a little more length in each of your hamstrings one at a time. So lift the heel of one foot as you bend the knee and press the back thigh bone of the opposite leg, and then switch. You're lifting the heel, bending the knee of one leg, the other leg, you're working to straighten and press that thigh bone back. One more time each way. Keep the core strong, keep the breath connected. And then as you're ready, step the feet forward. Come to your mountain pose, reach the arms up overhead, palms together, and hands coming down to the heart. Shift your weight to the heels of the feet and send the sitting bones back. Wait, start over. Shift your weight to the heel of the feet. Hinge forward a quarter fold. And then start to bend the knees and sink the hips. Keep the head and heart lifted. Isometrically draw your legs toward each other to squeeze the inner thighs toward each other. Keep that belly strong. Full breath in, full breath out. Then release the hands to the back of the chair, straighten the knees and hinge forward into a half forward fold, Ardha Uttanasana. The torso is parallel to the floor. Full breath in, full breath out. And then shift your weight to the heels of the feet again. Bend the knees and sink the hips. Lift the torso a quarter way up and bring the hands back to your chair pose. Squeeze the legs toward each other. Press the feet into the earth and come to standing. Lower the arms down by your side. Roll those shoulders out. Very nice. All right. Now step to the back of your mat. I'm going to take those warrior one and take that right toes to a 45 degree and kick and extend that left foot forward. So you still have the chair to hold on to if you need it. Got a wide base of support here. Take a bend to the front knee and make sure that that kneecap is lined over the front of the foot. Put a little weight on the back of the foot, the back heel of the foot. Good. If you feel safe to let go of the chair, reach the arms up overhead, bend at the elbows and roll the shoulders back. Lift your heart space up into a warrior one, the little gentle back bend, not crunching the lower back. We're lifting from the heart space. So it's more about the backs of the hands pressing back toward the wall. Realign your spine, reach the arms up overhead, take them out to the side. From the top of the shoulder, internally rotate, thumbs are pointing down. Bend your elbows and press your hands on your back or interlace your hands if that works for you. Press the hands into the lower back, elbows pressed together. One more time, lift that heart space up with a supported back bend. And release that. Take the arms back out the way they came in and hold on to the back of the chair. Step that back foot forward. Shake the legs out. Nice, Louise. I'm gonna do a video on you. All right, let's go the other direction. So we're gonna take those right toes out 45, wait, which one did we do? Do the opposite. Left toes out 45 degrees, step your right foot forward. Squeeze that back glute. Bear a little weight on the pinky toe side of that back foot. Wide base of support. Good. Reach the arms up overhead, full breath in. Bend at the elbows, roll the shoulders back, lift up through your mid-spine, lift that heart space up. Good. Come back to neutral spine, arms out to the side. Internally rotate, thumbs are down. Bend at the elbows, interlace, or just press your hands into your back. You can press them into above the pelvis, and you press in and up, and that'll help to support your back as well. And then lift that heart space up. Full breath in, full breath out. And then release that. Take the hand to the back of the chair and step the back foot forward. Shake those legs out. Okay, everybody doing okay? Yep, awesome, good. All right, now we're gonna strengthen these hips and these glutes, okay? So we're gonna face the chair again. I just think, I think, Louise, if you bring the knee in and tap it out or lift it out, just do some leg extensions, we're gonna press back, okay? We're gonna get the back glute. Without standing, it's gonna be challenging, but sitting, you can still strengthen that quad and the knee, okay? So get into your mountain pose and step your right foot back behind you. Squeeze that back right glute and bear a little weight on the front of your body so that you're not going to arch your back. So I want you to hinge forward just a little bit. Lift up the foot if you feel safe. You're either going to tap forward and back or lift the foot up and press through the heel. So try to keep hips, toes, and knees all facing forward and just lift and press. So getting that back glute, so squeeze the glute. 3 more times, 1 and 2, 3, hold it there, pause, 1, 2, 3, and release. Shake it out. You feel that in the glute? Let's go to the other side. So step the foot back. Either you're gonna tap and return or step it back. I'm bearing a little weight on the back of the chair. Squeeze the back left glute, flex the foot and lift and lower. Keep it out of the lower back. If you want to try your balance and not hold on, you can do that. Okay. Try to keep the leg as straight as possible. So we're working from the glute, not the knee. 3 more. Good, and release. Make those circles again. Okay, we want to try an opposite leg balance, arm leg balance. So Louise, you'll be extending arm leg, opposite arm leg. Okay, so step your right toes back and reach your left arm forward. Squeeze the glute, draw the belly in, and then hinge forward just a bit. Hinge forward. See if you can feather tap with that supporting hand. You can hold yourself up there for just a second. Let go of stories. And we're fatiguing that standing leg. And release. Shake it out. Then we'll try the other side. I claim altitude, but I'm back down to sea level. All right. Extend your left foot back behind you. Squeeze the glute. Reach your right arm forward. Hinge forward. Flex the foot. And then see if you can't come forward a little bit more into almost like a bird dog, and then tap the supporting hand. Notice what the standing leg is saying to you. Hips, toes, and knees are all facing down toward the floor. One more breath. Beautiful, and release. Big circles with the hips. Creak, crack, crunch. Okay. Now let's do our warrior two again. So take a wide stance. You've got possibly a chair on one side. You can use it or not. And remember what it felt like doing your seated warrior two. The feet were pressed into the floor, the knees were open wide, right? And you were really engaged in the legs. So maintain that level of awareness in the lower body. So let's start by turning your left toes toward the short end of your mat and kick your right heel back. So you're in a nice wide stance. Left toes are facing forward. That back foot is kind of parallel with the edge of the mat. Collarbones face forward. Tailbone lengthens toward the floor. Full breath in here. Let's do legs first. So take a bend to that front knee. Knee is stacked directly over ankle. And think about opening up through that inner thigh. So use those butt muscles we've just worked to open up that knee out to the side, even a little bit more, to bear some weight on the pinky toe side of that foot. So it should be active and engaged. And press your feet into the floor. Reach the arms out to the side. Plug the head of the arm bone into the shoulder. So squeeze the muscles together in the back body. Shoulder blades draw together, and look over your left fingertips. This is super active. Keep reaching with your fingertips. Keep opening up through that inner thigh. Weight on the pinky toe side of your feet. Now straighten the front knee, turn the palms up, reach the arms up overhead. Gaze between the hands if you feel safe. And then sink back into your warrior two, getting maybe a little bit deeper, a little bit stronger. One more breath. Nice. And then lower the hands and turn your feet in forward and heel toe walk or get your feet back to center. If you want to move your chair, or you can turn around or just leave it the way it is. Take another wide stance. And we'll turn our right toes toward the short end of the mat and kick that left heel back. And you'll notice when you kick your heel back, what you're really just doing is making the foot kind of parallel with the edge of the mat. Tailbone lengthens. Make a bend to that front knee. Open up through the inner thigh. So that inner thigh kind of rotates open so that the kneecap's hovering over the top of the foot. Sweep the arms out to the side. Look over those right fingertips. Beautiful. Nice. Chair is wonderful with this too. You can really feel it in the hips when you do it in the chair. Good. Keep stretching with those fingertips. Lower your backhand down. Rotate the front palm up. Reach it up overhead. Lift up out of your pelvis for a sec. Lift up. Even if you're at goal pose, lift up from the the side body. And come back to warrior two. Whoops, we didn't straighten the front knee. Reach the arms up overhead, gaze between the hands if that feels safe. Full breath in, and then one more warrior two. Really working those legs today. Beautiful. Lower the hands down, turn the feet in, and heel to walk your feet back. Okay, one more thing to do on standing. I want to work the gluteus medius a little bit. So we did our balance challenge forward and back. Now I'm going to do it a little bit laterally. So whatever side your balance prop is on, that's okay. You're going to shift your weight towards your balance prop. And Louise, you're going to take your leg out to the side, in and out to the side, okay? You're going to shift your weight to your balance prop and then lift the opposite foot up. Take it out to the side and see if you can't lead with the heel just a bit. So think about leading with the heel. So there's a slight internal rotation here from the top of the leg bone. Just like when we were doing clamshell, we would internally rotate and lift that leg up. We do 3 more. These are your kitchen counter homework poses. And once that leg is extended out, come to half star. Maybe you feel like you can release the other hand for another part of your star, you decide. Oh, that standing leg is screaming at you, right? And then lower that down, shake it all out. And then we'll go to the other side, or you can turn around. So we're really building the strength. We stretched and strengthened our quads, right? We stretched the quads and we strengthened them with chair pose, with all the warrior poses. We stretched our hamstrings with seated, right? And stretched with L pose, right? Now we're working the hips. It's giving us a little rest. All right, shift your weight over to your standing leg by the prop. Lift the other foot up, flex the foot, slight internal rotation as you lift and lower. And even your lower, don't let it just fall. Mindfully bring it toward the other leg. So you're squeezing those inner thighs together, taking it out to the side, working all those hip muscles. Balancing the hip is so important. I have a whole video on my YouTube, Nothing Fancy, that talks about balancing hip. Okay, leave it out there. And extend the arm up. Maybe the other arm goes up. You decide. That leg is screaming, I know. Woo. And release, very nice. Take the feet wide, make some big circles with the torso. And release. Ooh. Okay, ready to come onto our backs? Yay. All right, what do you need? You need, let's get a strap, okay? I think we deserve a nice Supta Pada Glutasana. Okay, give yourself room. Onto your back. Where's your body go? Oh. So go ahead and lie back with your knees bent. Love seeing you drinking water. All this heat. Keep us hydrated. Yep. Okay, Jean? Okay, go ahead and lie back. Notice where your body takes a sigh. Give it some attention. Get your lighting right. That's right. Okay, have a strap nearby, right? Okay. All right, let's do a nice full body stretch. Reach the arms up overhead. Press out through the heels, reach long with the fingertips. Full breath in, full breath out. And then lower the arms down, bend your knees. And let's do it starting with your left leg. So bring the strap around the left foot. And take that knee in the direction of your left shoulder. Extend the leg long up toward the sky. If it's not straight, lower it. Flex out through the heel of the foot and then slowly lift it up towards the foot, towards the sole of the foot toward the ceiling. Now here you have choices. Listen carefully. If you have instability in your sacroiliac joint, meaning you have pain on one side of the back of your hip, you want to keep your weight leverage balanced on your pelvis. So you want to keep this knee bent all the time. If you're fine, extend your leg long. Okay. Press out through the heel of the foot, engage the inner thigh. Soften your shoulders, soften your elbows down to the earth. Really get that nice stretch in the length of your hamstring. Then put both straps in your hand. Now, if you have sacroiliac discomfort, you're going to bend your knee and take both legs out to their own side. So the right knee is bent going out to the right, the left leg is extended, and you're holding on to the strap. If your sacroiliac joint is fine, you can lengthen your leg, but watch what happens. Your right butt cheek comes up. So you got to really use your muscle energy to keep the pelvis glued to the floor while you take your leg out only as far as the hip points can stay pointing toward the sky. So that takes a whole different muscle energy than just popping that leg out to the side. So pay attention. Won't go as far. Use your muscle energy to lift that leg back up. And again, if you're unstable, you're going to crisscross your thighs. So you're going to take your right thigh under your left thigh, cross it over, and just get a nice stretch on the outer leg. If you're okay, take the leg all the way over toward that right side. Let the left butt cheek come off the floor and invite the shoulders to connect to the earth. Keep pressing out through the heel of your foot. Notice your face, notice your teeth. Use your breath, keep it soft. And slowly use your strength to lift the leg back up and swap your feet out. Maybe you want to give both knees into the chest for a little realignment. And then we'll lower that left foot on the floor, right leg. The knee is going to come in the direction of the right shoulder. Plug that head of the leg bone in, then extend the leg long. If it's straight, keep lifting it up. If it's bent, keep it lower. So you want to have it straight. Press out through the heel of the foot. You decide what to do with your left leg, straight or bent. And then take another breath as you take your right leg out to the right side. Left knee can point toward the left or stay straight, you decide. Keep pressing out through the heel of the foot. Re-engage, re-engage, re-engage. See if you can't get a little bit longer. Nice. Use the strength of your leg to lift back up. Either crisscross your thigh bones and call it a day, or extend your left leg long and cross your right leg over top, allowing the right hip to come up off the earth. Right shoulder connects to the earth. Re-engage as you press out through the heel of the foot and find more length in your leg. That's where the rubber meets the road, when you just don't hang out in a pose, but you actively seek sensation. Using your breath to soften and go to the places that you need it. And then use the strength of your leg to lift that leg back up. Bend your knee. Take the strap off. And bring those knees into the chest. And give yourself a belly massage. So we're going to go from starting clockwise. So you're going to go from the right lower quadrant of your belly and then squeeze up toward the upper right side. Cross over with your thighs on your belly over to the left side, and then lower back down. So we're trying to make a circle with our thighs on our belly clockwise to massage that colon. That's the way the stuff moves inside of you. So give it a little help. Unless you're having other issues. Might not want to do this if you're having diarrhea issues. All right, a couple more circles. Good. And then lower your feet down. Bring your feet together. And slowly walk your knees apart from each other. Soles of the feet come toward each other. Place your hands on your belly. If that massage felt good and you have any issues with your bowels today and you want to give yourself another massage, just massage clockwise, going from the right up, across, and down. If your belly's just hunky-dory today, just keep your hands rested gently on your belly. Find your breath. Breathe in and breathe out a few times. Keep pressing the soles of the feet toward each other to engage the inner thighs. Press, 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 press. As you breathe in and breathe out, release the pressure of the feet. Allow the knees to soften down. Now take your hands to the sides of your knees. Lift your knees back up. And take your feet hip width distance apart. We're going to do a couple of bridge poses. So if it helps you to keep a block between your thighs to support the muscle energy of the inner thighs and the core, just give the block a little squeeze. Otherwise, hands are down by your side. Bend your elbows and press the backs of your arms into the floor to snuggle your shoulder blades on your back. That's already going to start lifting your heart up a little bit. Now press the heels of the feet into the floor and the backs of the arms and slowly lift your hips and torso. Maybe give that block a squeeze or isometrically squeeze your legs toward each other. And then can you squeeze the muscles around your sitting bones? Give them a little hug. Good. Now we're going to see if we can do 10 of these, all right, on your own breath and your own way. So exhale, lower. Inhale, squeeze and lift. Exhale, lower. Do as many as feels right in your body. But our goal is 10 for 10 seconds. We used to talk about that a lot when we were in person. So we'll start with frequency and then see if we can build length a little bit later. Keep the weight on the heels of the feet. If you isometrically send your shins forward, that'll fire up your hamstrings a little bit more. Let's do 3 or 4 more. Nice. Good. One more. And then last one, if you want to hold it up for a sec. Good. Okay. And then lower the hips back down. Bring the knees into the chest. And we'll do opposite arm leg movement. So feet are down on the floor and you have lots of choices here. And extend the right leg toward the ceiling and the left arm toward the ceiling. And then switch. Right arm, left leg toward the ceiling. Your choices are, instead of the arm toward the ceiling, reach it overhead. So still take the leg to the ceiling. Or out to the side even, if the arms or in the shoulders are a little bit persnickety today. And your other choice is to reach the leg long. So the arm, opposite arm and leg are reaching toward the short end of the mat. You want to keep the core engaged, the belly drawn slightly in. Take your time with this, there's no rush. And connect movement with your breath. Inhaling as you reach, exhaling as you come back to neutral, slow it down, and a couple more each way. One more. Good. All right. Okay. What do you still need to do to feel ready for Shavasana? So your prana response will be Whatever your body feels it needs, a happy baby, it could be feet as wide as the mat, rocking the knees side to side, twisting side to side. One-legged lunge, love it. Rowing to Shavasana. Good. All right. And when you feel ready, when you've got all your willies out, go ahead and find yourself a comfortable position for Shavasana. If you're having any lower back issues, definitely putting those legs up on a chair or up on a bolster, a bunch of cushions, or even bending the knees in constructive rest. Pigeon toe the toes in, rest the knees against each other, and then give yourself a hug with your arms. Really relaxing pose for some people. All right, take a couple cleansing breaths just to release any lingering tension. I'm just going to read Mary Oliver one more time because she always deserves a double. Invitation. Oh, do you have time to linger for just a little while out of your busy and very important day? For the goldfinches that have gathered in the field of thistles, for a musical battle to see who can sing the highest note or the lowest, or the most expressive of mirth or the most tender. Their strong, blunt beaks drink the air as they strive melodiously, not for your sake and not for mine, and not for the sake of winning, but for sheer delight and gratitude. Believe us, they say, it is a serious thing just to be alive on this fresh morning in the broken world. I beg of you, do not walk by without pausing to attend to this rather ridiculous performance. It could mean something. It could mean everything. It could be what Rilke meant when he wrote, "You must change your life." Begin coming back into this beautiful space. Notice your wiggling fingers and wiggling toes. Just notice how every movement feels in your body. Enjoy a full, rich breath in. Take a long, slow breath out. And bend your knees, rock side to side. Pause over on your favorite side. Coming back to what you might notice special today. Take time to pause and look at something outside or around your house or in somebody else. Just notice it. Bring acknowledgement to your noticing. That's mindfulness. And pressing the hands into the earth, come to a seat that's comfortable for you. Thank you guys so much for practicing with me today, allowing me to facilitate your practice. If you bring your hands to your heart, just know that all the light and love in my heart so honors that light and love in each of yours. And bow your head to honor your practice. And then blink your eyes open and look at your beautiful Sangha, your peeps, and greet them with namaste. Everybody have a wonderful day. Stay safe.